Welcome back to another episode of today's Project Guide. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to flush out some 20-year-old ancient coolant and replace your broken thermostat. This thing's been overheating a little bit, just a little bit, nothing too terrible, but might as well get after it before it gets even worse. And I'm going to apologize right now for the wind. It's kind of a crappy day up here in upstate New York. So let's pop the hood and get into it. Alright, so if you want to find your thermostat, what you're going to do is take a look at your bottom radiator hose on the passenger side of your engine and follow it all the way up to your thermostat housing, which is right here. There are two 12mm bolts holding that on. You're only going to want to disconnect those two bolts, and you're going to want to drop this hose right here that's on the bottom of the thermostat housing, and we're going to drain the coolant into a pan underneath the transmission. Now, as you can see, the thermostat is sticking out of the thermostat housing, which is right there. You're going to pull your radiator cap off, and now we're going to remove the thermostat. So right here on top of the radiator cap is my old broken thermostat, and we're going to replace it with a shiny brand new one right here. Hopefully this thing will keep the temperature correct and I won't have any more issues with that gauge jumping up and down. So before we put the new thermostat in, I'm actually going to take this side of the hose right here and I'm going to angle it down towards my tray underneath the transmission here and try to drain some more of this antifreeze out. Something else to mention is draining your coolant overflow tank. If you can see inside of that, it's pretty dark and pretty gross. It's definitely time to dump that out or pump it out and change it. So let's get onto that one. So I'm actually just siphoning out this old coolant right now. So I'm gonna keep my eye on that and make sure that the hose doesn't pop out. And from there we're gonna throw our new thermostat in, fill it back up, bleed the system out. So now that we've gotten all this old nasty antifreeze pulled out of here, we are going to reconnect the thermostat housing and install our new thermostat. So now we're going to put some coolant back in this thing. I've got concentrate, so I'm going to pour the gallon in and add a gallon of water, and hopefully that's a good enough amount, and we're going to go from there. So we got the coolant filled right back up to the top. We also filled up the coolant overflow bottle to the line, and next is a really important step. You want to make sure that you squeeze your top hoses and make sure all the air bubbles come out, and then we're going to go into the car, start it, and turn the heat on full blast. We're going to come back out here, check for air bubbles, see if we need to top it off any further. So we're back in the GSX. We're going to come over, turn our heat all the way on full blast, make sure the dial's all the way up, and we are going to start our car and then go check for air bubbles under the hood. Alright, let's get out there. With the engine running, we're going to add coolant until it stops taking it. Alright, she's been running for about 5 minutes now. It looks like it's topped off, so we're going to put the radiator cap back on. And we're going to jump back in the car now, take a look at the gauges, make sure everything is alright. So the car has been running for about 15 minutes now, and everything looks to be working correctly. The temperature is staying right where it needs to stay, just about half or a little under halfway on the gauge. Alright guys, so we got rid of the 20-year-old coolant, we replaced our thermostat, and now it looks like our little problem is fixed. So if you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe if you want to see the next one, and feel free to drop a comment down below if you have any ideas for my next video. Thanks a lot, guys.